Assalamu alaikum, Elena here, the Muslim travel girl. How are you guys? Today I am talking about halal honeymoons and the Maldives, which is part of my previous vlog. And then I got some questions regarding villa accommodations and types that you should pick up if you are in the Maldives on your honeymoon, especially if you're a Muslim woman and you wear hijab and you want to know which one is more private. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, so the question generally is, oh, what shall I pick between an overwater villa or a beach villa? Which one is more private? And in reality, it really depends on the resort you're going. So the previous vlog I had was about local islands. None of the local islands are resorts and they don't have any of the option of private villas or overwater villas, etc., or beach villas. However, there are tons of resorts in the Maldives that do offer overwater villas and also beach villas. Now, the question is, how much privacy do you want? Because you really need to be careful if you are on a honeymoon and you're a Muslim and you're hijabi and you're looking for that kind of like hijab-free experience where you can swim and relax and sunbathe and, you know, have the freedom to like enjoying, you know, not wearing hijab. So for me personally, I would consider that the overwater villas, depending on the style of the villas, are actually more private than the beach villas. And I will explain why. So the overwater villas, and that really depends on your resort. From my experience, we went to the Waldorf Astoria. You can read my review on muslimtravelgirl.com. I will leave the link below and somewhere here. But basically, the Waldorf had the privacy really nicely done, so you couldn't see inside the villas. And of course, you had the ladder to go onto the beach, but you wouldn't see many people actually swimming in that area. So there wasn't anything at the front. So there was pretty much complete privacy. It was the sea at the front. There was nobody to overlook you from the villas that are around you, which is not the case in many of the resorts. So make sure that if you are looking at a resort, you know which one to book. And also, you know, I could swim and I would know that nobody would go, you know, at the front of the villa. So nobody would be able to see me. Of course, there is the chance that people will snorkel or, you know, they want to swim, but it's a very limited chance that people would do that, especially that they would kind of like go outside their, you know, their normal villa. So personally, for the days we were there, I didn't see anyone and I felt completely comfortable to actually swim in a bikini without my hijab, or even walk around the villa and in the pool in the outdoor area without a hijab on. Simply because it was so nicely done privately, and also because I knew that nobody would swim at the front of the villa. So yeah, that's my experience with the overwater villa. The beach villas, and if you are, I would generally say the beach villas are actually, I know a lot of beach villas have the pool and then they have that greenery around it, but it's really hard to actually make sure that that greenery is enough to cover you from somebody walking on the beach. And trust me, if I was staying on a beach villa, my kid would have been on the beach pretty much the whole time. And so it's a lot harder to actually have privacy if you are having a beach villa, simply because you don't know the amount of greenery around the villa. Sometimes they have a pathway that it's, you know, it's not screened, so people can still look in. And even in the Waldorf, the villas on the beach were similar. And also because a lot of the villas are on the beach and then they have restaurant and general public pool, people can still oversee that beach area, so it's not private for you to remove your hijab and swim. And obviously, even if it's a beach villa, you can swim probably in your swimming pool, but you cannot actually swim in the sea without your, you know, your hijab or your burkini. So you have to be very careful if you are looking for a halal honeymoon and a private honeymoon of what option would you go with. Personally, I would go for an overwater villa because I feel that has more privacy. of course, depending on your resort. And now I know that in the Maldives there are several Muslim friendly villas that are actually walled and they're private, so you can go to the Maldives and, you know, experience that 100% privacy if you want, but obviously you're not going to have the view, and that's something you have to like consider. But there are several resorts. I know the Banya Tree Resort, for example, is 100%, they have 100% walled villas. They are more expensive, but they also, a lot of the resorts have the option where you can book different nights for different villas. So if you had the budget and you wanted to split, for example, to a beach villa and then, or an overwater villa, so you can experience it and then change after a couple of days to a walled private villa, then you can do that as well. And it gives you the option to obviously experience more, but also to feel more privacy if you really, you know, if it was really, really important to you that you want to make sure that nobody can overlook you and nobody can see, you know, can see in there. But yeah, I mean, personally, I would pick, if I had to choose between overwater villa and a beach villa, I would go for the overwater villa. If your resort is one of those where the villas are not kind of like stuck in a circle where you can see a little bit of each one. So I would be very careful, and I would probably email in advance the hotel and ask them exactly how private their villas are, because you're Muslim. And I find that always when emailing hotels, especially in the Maldives, they're very responsive to answer your questions. So, you know, their customer service is very good. So I would email them and be like, hey, we're considering your resort. How private are your villas? Whether it's a beach villa or an overwater villa. And ask them if there is no website, if there is no resort map on their website for a resort map. So then you can actually see the privacy. And another tip I would give you, if you are looking for a resort, is to look through TripAdvisor, but look through the photos of the people who are who have stayed on in those villas. I know it's a tedious process and I know it takes time. And I'm going to be making a post with the fully private villas in the Maldives, so keep an eye, and I will link it here once it's done on muslimtravelgirl.com. But it's kind of important, so then you obviously don't ruin your honeymoon, right? You want the best experience as a hijabi. You know, it's a very special time in your life, and you want to have that opportunity to actually, you know, enjoy and have fun and sunbathe, etc. So it's kind of important to actually, you know, spend the time and find the villa that you are, you know, you are looking for. And of course, I would recommend the Waldorf Astoria. We had a fantastic time there, and if you have the budget, it's something to consider because they're overwater villas. Even we had the lowest category of overwater villa, and it was fantastic. And also, if you wanted to snorkel, you had the opportunity to snorkel, and they were very private. I mean, you can request a villa that is on the, you know, on the seaside, and also to make sure that it's further away, so you wouldn't have, you know, people passing by or, you know, the opportunity to swim outside. But for the time we were there, there wasn't anybody, and we had fantastic time as a family. So I think you would have a fantastic time even if you were on your honeymoon. But yes, make sure you look through the TripAdvisor and look through the photos of the people, because sometimes resorts obviously take the best photos and you can't see everything. But if you have 20 photos of people who have stayed in this villa, then you can kind of like pick each angle and then see that, oh, some of these are, you know, this wouldn't work for me, etc. And then look for another resort. But yeah, that was a question that was asked. So hopefully now it's answered. But which one would you pick? I would love to hear in the comments which one actually would you pick, or if you have been to the Maldives and you are hijabi, which one was your option and why? You know, maybe you'll change my mind. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch some of the other videos we have if you're looking for Umrah, or if you're looking for more information about tips. We have plenty of videos to watch. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.